A few things about you here. I hope that you didn't mind me taking the liberty. I've written here, Odette has many years of experience in the setup and management of business banking accounts as well as business lending and associated services. Okay, she's well equipped to offer advice on the products and solutions available for business and personally as well. So welcome, Odette. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you to Karen and to Avoca College for allowing me to come along and have a chat to you all. It really is quite an informal chat, so I'm happy to take any questions that you have in amongst while we're talking. I do have a few slides that I think you might find valuable, so I'd like to run through those as well. As Karen mentioned, Jenny actually looks after my clients as well. So any clients that I bring into the branch, Jenny then has a relationship with those clients. So that's why she's here today, and she's probably got just as much, if not more, knowledge than I have. So just a little few statistics that you might find interesting. 2 million businesses with less than 20 employees represent 96% of all Australian business, which is quite astounding when you think about it. So small business is the key. 1.23 million of these have an annual turnover of less than 200,000. So you can see small business is a vital part of the Australian economy. 865,000 Australians are running their own business full-time, and for the further 437 are running a business part-time. So they're statistics from May last year, so it's not too old. So again, you can see there's a lot of Australians running a small business. If you look at some of the things and education and information that you need to know about a business is how do you manage your superannuation? That's something as a small business that you need to understand. What is the best business account for you? Do you require finance? How are your people going to pay you? Are they going to use EFTPOS? Are they going to use the internet? How are you going to make sure you get paid in a timely fashion? And insurance. Always need to make sure that you're covered for that unexpected. So it's not just your personal insurance when you're looking at your house and your cars, also your business. So what happens to your business if you get sick? Who's going to run that business for you? So there's some of the things that you need to have a think about when you're setting up a business. So everyone, the basic things you need to start a business: your car, your business cards, a smartphone, and I don't know about the $23 million, but you need some cash behind you to start up a business. But things you need to remember is how, as I said before, how you're going to get paid. What happens if you get sick? What are your obligations to your employees? So have you thought about you've got to put money away for their super, that type of thing? Do I really know who my customers are? Who am I targeting for my business? And how are you going to market that business? And I believe you've got someone coming in about marketing and branding, so that will be a really informative session. Sorry. There's endless questions that you can ask about your business, and it's really once you can understand and answer the majority of those questions is when you understand your business and know that it's going to be successful. One of the things you'll talk to your accountant about is how is your business going to be structured? So is it just you? Are you the only person? So are you a sole trader? Are you going to register a business name? Is it going to be something that is just yours? You may have another partner in it with being a partnership. Is it going to be a company? So, a company is a legal independent entity from yourself. Are you buying into a franchise and there's legal obligations and tax implications with that? So there's a number of entities that you can structure your business, and again, you need to get some advice from an accountant. Did anyone have any questions about those couple of slides? Anything you'd like to ask? No? I'll skip through these. Everyone knows Suncorp's a proud Queensland-based company, been around for hundreds of years, 1902 in fact. Large company going over to WA. We've got a number of branches over there. We're certainly down the east coast of New South Wales and into Melbourne, so we are a big company, the 5th largest bank behind the Major 4. So a little bit about Suncorp. We treat you like a real person. You're not a number at Suncorp, and that's important when you're setting up a small business. You want the people in your branch to understand you and to have time to sit down with you and talk to you about your business and ways they can help you with your business. I'll go through that. So at Suncorp, we offer a full range and reliable, flexible range of banking products. Okay, so we offer from deposits to lending to FPOS, those type of things. Everything that as a small business owner that you need out of a financial institution, Suncorp can offer. We have financial planners that sit in our branches that can help you with your business superannuation, your life insurance, your business insurance, all of those type of things can be dealt with at a local branch. Okay, so steps you need to consider for your success of business growth. So to grow your business, you might need to get more stock in. Okay? You might need to get some additional staff. You might find that your small business has really outgrown where you're currently based and you need to move premises. Or you just need to get updated equipment or new equipment or more equipment, in fact. So these are all the things that you need to think about as your business is growing. And how are you going to finance that? Are you going to finance that with the cash that's in your business currently, or are you going to look for some alternatives that the bank finances for you into that? So you need to make sure you've got a good relationship with whoever your bank is and sit down and have a chat to them and go and work out what do you really need to continue your business to grow. You don't want to get to a stage where you know you need all these things but you haven't got the cash flow because you haven't planned for it. So small business is also about planning and making sure that you plan for what you want to happen. And to do that, you need to have a vision for your business. You need to say that this is where my business is today, this is where I want it to go or grow to. How am I going to get there? Okay? And a bank is an important part of that as well. Okay, how do you keep things running smoothly? As I mentioned before, make sure you keep planning, reviewing, understanding your business all the time. Time should be spent on ways to generate your revenue. Look at your target market, understand what they want and how you can meet their needs. It's all well and good to have, if you invented the yo-yo, which don't we all wish we invented the yo-yo, but if the yo-yo goes out of fashion, what are you going to do? You can't keep selling yo-yos to people until it comes back into fashion. So you need to make sure that you're evolving your business with what the market wants or what your customers want. Ensure your terms of payment are clear. So be firm. If it's a 30-day account, it's a 30-day account, and you want to make sure that you get your funds in that time because it's hurting you as a business. You need to make sure that you're clear with that. Make sure that you carefully plan your costs. So what are your running costs? Can you cut back if needed? Do you need 4 internet connections? Can you manage with 3? That type of thing. And always know your staff and how to get the best out of your staff. So making sure you employ the right staff, I suppose, for that. Okay, so a good business should always seek new ways to meet its market. So along you need to make the adjustments, as I mentioned. So how can Suncorp? So that was more general type of information about business. So now I just want to talk to you quickly about Suncorp and the things that we can offer. So we can offer accounts, a range of finance, credit cards, FPOS machines, business insurance, superannuation, all those type of things that we offer. So if we go through our business accounts, you need to look at your transactions. What do you anticipate your transactions are going to be? You need to have an account that's right for you. So think about things like how many free transactions can I get? What is the monthly account keeping fee? Every dollar counts. So if you can save $10, $20 a month on your account, that's in your pocket that you might want to reinvest in your business in other ways. So think about when you go and see a bank, talk to them about how many free transactions do I get? What type of transactions are they? You might be an internet-based business and it might be free transactions of when you go into the branch. Well, that's not going to suit your needs. So ask those questions. How much do I need to keep in my account? Is there a minimum balance before a fee comes in? Is there a maximum that I can keep in there before I'm not being charged any interest? So just those type of questions. And the most important one is, how do I access my money? Is it only accessible by a checkbook? Is it accessible by a card? So whether it be a Visa debit card or a cash card, so you can get it out at the ATM or FPOS machines. So what's the best way that I can access my cash, and all at a cheap price for you? You need to also think about if you've got excess cash in your account, how do I maximise the returns for that? So it might be, I've got a balance of $10,000 and I don't need to use those funds for a while. So can I put them away somewhere where I'm earning some interest on those funds? Can I maximise how much in return I'm getting for that, instead of it just sitting in a cheque account where you're not going to earn any interest in it? So these are all sort of things that you need to think about to make sure you maximise the return for your business. So if we look at some lending products, you need to look at the lending product that suits you. So does your business need an overdraft? Is it a case where you have income coming in, you need to write a lot of cheques out for the end of the month, but you won't sell those goods until the middle of the month, so you need a bit of assistance for a couple of week period. So maybe an overdraft might be the right product. Our business line of credit is really for if you're purchasing capital items, so or premises or something like that. So you'll need to make a big purchase and then pay it off like a loan, that type of thing. Or is it a credit card? So a good example of a business use of a business credit card would be if you're on the road a lot and you need to make fuel purchases. So you might put it on a business credit card. When the bill comes in, pay it off. It's nice, it's simple, and it's easy for your account to look at the end of the financial year. Everything's together with the credit card. You can look at things such as term loans, and term loans, all that means is that you have a loan for say 15 years and it might be to buy a premise for you to work out of. So you just pay that off, similar to a home loan, you just pay that off over a period. Equipment finance, so are you looking to lease a motor vehicle because you need to be out on the road? That type of thing. So, you know, you need to look at, okay, what are the options for financing a motor vehicle? Is it a personal loan or is it something like equipment finance where you pay off that loan over a period and it's for your business? International trade finance, so if your business is in, importing and exporting goods, that might be an area for you. And working capital solutions, again, that's for people, larger companies mainly, who have a large book of debtors, and then the bank will actually finance you against your debtor book. Payment solutions is always a big area. Everyone's seen an EFTPOS machine at the shop. You need to look at whoever you go with. Do they settle into your account 7 days a week? With Suncorp we do. So if you go to a shop today, and I'll use KFC as an example, if they settle it by 6:30 today, they'll have the funds in their account the next day. Some banks don't do that. If you purchase anything on a Saturday or Sunday, you won't get those funds credited normally until a Tuesday. So that's the bank using your money. So you need to look at those type of things as well. You need to look at the fee structure with that. How much is it costing your business for a customer to use a card? Okay, that type of thing. You need to make sure you get your stationery for free. The little tiny things like that, all those little fees add up, impact your business. Yep.
The Suncorp fees are a lot cheaper than the competition.
Very competitive, yep. Depending on the market, definitely very competitive. We've done a lot recently in some industries where we're half of what some of the other institutions are doing. Yep. I'd need to, if you've got a specific industry, I can certainly look at giving a quote to give you an indication of what it is. I'll never come out and say we've got less fees than ABC Bank, because every bank evolves all the time and there's always a deal to be done. But you need to ask. You need to say, well, what's the best that you can do for my business?
Can I ask you another question?
Yeah,
One
certainly.
thing that bothers me a lot, every business got overheads.
Mm-hmm.
It seems like the banks are now got the overheads covered by charging fees.
For?
Whatever, for handling deposits,
yep.
whatever.
And that's why you need to ask those questions about unlimited free transactions. What do they include? So, for example, with our business everyday account, you can put 50 cheques in a month and it won't cost you anything to do that. So you need to check out what the transaction fees are. So if they say they charge you transaction fees, you need to really drill down into saying, well, what are you being charged for?
Yeah, but I can't see how the banks can justify charging a fee
Mm-hmm.
for their business,
Yep.
while other business can't do the same. For instance, if I had a retail business, can I charge a handling fee for selling my goods?
You can certainly charge fees for EFTPOS, and if you look around, a lot of people that have EFTPOS now, it's an extra 10 cents if it's a credit card, or extra 50 cents, that type of thing. A lot of businesses are passing it on, definitely.
Yeah, they can, but the thing is, business that doesn't gets the worm, so to speak.
Yeah, you're right. And that's why when you're looking for a bank, you need to make sure that you go in and drill down to what actually do you get included in your fee structure.
Do your bank charge EFTPOS fees?
Yes, of course we charge EFTPOS fees. Yep, definitely. We charge annual fees, monthly fee, which becomes an annual fee, and we charge a percentage depending on what card it is. So a cash card will be cheaper than what a Visa debit card or a credit card will be. Yeah. And you need to shop around with what's the cheapest one for you in your industry. Some other options with EFTPOS, so everyone's seen the landline EFTPOS that's connected. You can also have mobile ones. So, for example, hairdressers that do hairdressing at home or go around to nursing homes, that type of thing, will often carry a mobile EFTPOS. So that's something, is that going to be suitable to your business? So you need to make sure that you've got the products that suit you. Integrated POS. Is everyone familiar with the shopping carts that you can have? And I'll use an example. I did a P&O cruise recently, and I could pay for my car parking on their website. So I went on and I logged on, and I actually could go through what they call a shopping cart and purchase my car parking on that before I went. Sorry?
You do that at the airport now?
Yeah. Yep. So that's a product. So if that's something that your business wants, that's a product that you need to find out if your bank can offer. So that's called integrated POS. BPay. So everyone's probably familiar with BPay. When you get your bills at the end of the month, they have BPay. A couple of ways you can do that. You can go on the internet and pay that. You can go into a lot of banks now will allow BPay to be paid. Has everyone used BPay? Yep. So you can actually have your customers use BPay to pay you. So that's an alternative as well for you. So depending on how many customers, whether or not it'd be financially beneficial for you, but that's something you can do for you. EasyPay. So EasyPay is, and I'll probably use the simplest one is a gym membership. A lot of us have gym memberships. They direct debit.
Joined a gym.
Sorry?
Everyone's joined a gym.
Yes, at some stage in your life. They use the system EasyPay. If you've got people you're paying, you can also use EasyPay to send your salaries out for you. So that's an automated system. So again, you need to be, if that's something that's important to your business, you need to be making sure your bank can do that for you. Business payments, again, very similar to that. So you might have invoices that you need to have paid, and you can set on your internet banking, set it up that on the 20th of each month, a direct debit goes to your fuel card or to somewhere. Might be your Telstra bills due on the 20th of each month, so it will automatically do that for you. Again, that's just a recap of those payments. So we've got EFTPOS, mobile EFTPOS. The EFTPOS help, that's similar to if you've been to the dentist or the doctor and they can run your Medicare card through now. We offer that as well for our doctors and so forth. The integrated POS, which we spoke about, which is that shopping cart type thing, the BPay, EasyPay, and the business payments. So there's a lot of electronic ways that you can ensure that you get your funds from your customers, and these are some of the methods that you can do that with. Does anyone have any question about the EFTPOS? Oh no, that's okay. Any questions?
When you're paying like your staff, we already run our own company.
Yep.
We're having trouble with two of our staff members complaining. They're actually receiving, even though all the pays the same day,
Yep.
they're receiving their pays like a day later than the other guys.
Yep. Are they with the Building Society or Credit Union?
No, they were coming on bank.
Okay.
Sorry.
No, that's okay. No, that's fine. Generally, and obviously it's different. Generally, if you're with a bank, if you do your payments before 4 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, they will get them the next day.
Yeah, no,
Generally, but
always,
Building
they-
Societies are a
every
bit
single
longer.
week, but why do they get their paycheck for me?
Oh, okay.
I get my pay a day after than some other people. I always have.
Okay. Are you with a Building Society? You don't need to say who you're with. You're with a bank? Are they other people with the current existing bank that the money's coming out of?
I know. Well, payday's Monday.
Yep.
Everyone gets their pay on Tuesday, and I've always gotten pay on Wednesday.
Oh.
I don't know.
So is it coming from a bank?
Yeah.
And it's going, the people that get paid on the Monday, are they banking with the same bank?
Yeah, the people that bank with the same bank will get it on Monday.
That will be why.
And then the next people get it on Tuesday or whatever.
And that will be why.
So that's always happened for me.
And that's
I don't mind.
That's normal, yeah.
You have to just get used to it as an employee.
That's right.
That you get paid on Wednesday, not Tuesday.
Or change bank.
Or they can go and join your bank.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Usually,
And you get it on the same day.
and if I talk about Suncorp, if you're my staff member and I pay you, you're instantly paid. So as soon as it goes through with our computer system, as soon as it goes through, you're instant.
We've got two with Suncorp, we've got two with Commonwealth,
Yep.
and one with Credit Union.
Yep.
The two with Suncorp and Credit Union get theirs on say Tuesday.
Yep.
The other two with Commonwealth don't get theirs till Wednesday. And I do them all on
The same time.
That
It's
sounds normal
really
with
unusual.
every job that I've
Because
had.
normally it is the credit unions and building societies because they've got a bank underwrites them for their internet system. Normally it will take an extra day, but generally banks will be the next day.
Yeah, no, it's Commonwealth Bank ones that complain.
Yeah. Have you spoken to the Commonwealth, or have they spoken to the Commonwealth?
We changed our company from Commonwealth because we've had so many problems with
Yeah.
the Commonwealth that we just like,
It might be something that they might need theirs completed earlier, maybe. So I don't know what time of day you do, but maybe they do an electronic run before you've actually done your pays. Might be something just to get your staff to check with the Commonwealth about. Because obviously you want them paid on the same as quickly as possible. You don't want them hanging around for too long. Because it's not in your account, the money's gone out of your account.
yeah, it leaves me straight away.
Yep, that's right. So most, I should say most now, I was going to say all, but most, if you have employees banking where you're banking, it will go instantly into their account. Unless you set a date to say, no, don't send it before the 20th or something like that. It's normally instant. Normally, as long as you do it before 4 p.m. that one day, day one, it will be in their bank account the next day.
Yeah, no,
Okay, with a major bank.
that one day extra, always.
I'd get your staff maybe just to check with the Commonwealth and see if there's a processing time.
Works exactly the same.
Sorry?
My husband, he was with the Commonwealth.
Yep.
My two children with the ANZ.
Yep.
Their company is goes through the national
Yep.
rate. My son and daughter get their pay today.
Yep.
My husband won't get paid till tomorrow.
It must be some processing time, it sounds like, doesn't it?
Their pays are done on a Friday
Yep.
at 2 p.m. every week.
It's bizarre. 2 p.m. you'd think would be early. Yeah.
I had a friend who had the same issue. He actually went into the bank and explained that his wages, his salary,
Yep.
and if they didn't give him his wages when it was paid, he would then go to another bank.
Yep.
And they automatically then paid him on the day that he was paid, supposed to be paid. Because it's in there all the time.
Yeah.
It's his wages, his salary. So
Yeah.
everything that he paid, bills and etc.,
Yep.
relied on that money being in there.
Yeah,
and
that's
upon
right.
explanation of that, they then adjusted
It's
to
bizarre.
clear those funds on the day.
Oh, so they're saying the funds were there, they just weren't clear, is that right?
Clearing it. So upon explanation,
Yeah.
if they didn't change how they were clearing the funds, he would change banks. They then cleared the funds on the same day as everything else.
That's bizarre, I haven't heard of that.
Bloody Commonwealth.
Did anyone have anything else? I've just done a really quick run through of what I thought might be important to you as prospective business owners or startup business people. I really just wanted to give you a bit of a feeling for things that I think is important for a small business owner, and then a little bit about the different products and services. By no means is it all just Suncorp has all this. Obviously all the banks have these type of products. It's more about making you aware of some of the questions you can go in and ask your bank. Is this what you've got? Is this what you can supply me to make my business run successfully? So that's all it was about. I hope you did get something out of it. Happy if you've got any more questions or anything else I help. Can't answer the Commonwealth questions, but if you have Commonwealth Bank questions.
Even when we were with Commonwealth, those two boys still
Yeah.
got their pay a day later, and we were with Commonwealth. The business was with Commonwealth.
I think it's you. No, I'm only joking. I can't answer that. That's really quite bizarre.
I can. My mum makes bank for Commonwealth,
Yep.
and they just have really bad processing times. It's simply down that they kind of, when the funds are going truly clear, they like that extra day basically to go, we're just going to double check that this doesn't return for some bizarre reason. You know, while most banks have pretty
Yep.
good processing
Yep.
time, Commonwealth in a lot of cases likes to take it. You really have to kind of make a hassle to them.
Okay.
Like if you make a hassle, then they'll look and kind of go, okay, pay's always in there, it's always the same, it never
Yep.
bounces, we'll clear it faster. But half the time, unless you make the hassle, they'll take us the longest to take. I've seen a check.
I've learnt something new today, so.
I'm glad we're not from Commonwealth.
Yeah, I know. I wouldn't have survived. There you go.
Does Suncorp still require mortgage insurance when you borrow from Suncorp?
Depending on how much equity you're putting in. So if you're putting in 20% equity for your home, no, we don't require mortgage insurance. So depending on how much of a
Some
deposit.
banks don't require mortgage insurance at all, regardless.
I'm not aware of any that don't require mortgage insurance.
Well, a few years ago, I took out
Yep.
with Suncorp. So
Yep.
you guys forced me to have mortgage insurance.
Yep.
I went to ANZ and they said, no, we don't need it.
Yeah. Depending on your equity. Now, I'm not aware of any Australian bank that doesn't require mortgage insurance for anything above 20%.
And when you take out mortgage insurance, you stipulate the insurance company that you...
We have our own mortgage insurer. Yep. So, and it's added to your home loan, and it's just paid off. Jenny was a broker a couple of years ago. Are you aware of any bank that doesn't have mortgage insurance?
Banks or other financial institutions. All, if you haven't got your 20% deposit to contribute, if you're lending over that 8%, mortgage insurance applies.
What is standard, like when you put in a check? So I've come to you, I'm wanting to put in my business check. What is a rough standard business base for that to become clear? It's a check that I'm always going to send monthly into your account.
So it's standard between banks, and I can only talk about banks, credit unions are a little bit longer, are 3 to 5 days.
3 or 5 days.
So if you put a check in on Monday, it's available to you to draw on
I just
Thursday.
wanted to check it is a standard thing, because I do know it never used to be like that. When we used to put the same checks in, we used to get it cleared within, like overnight, but now we've been told it'll take a lot longer.
Yep.
So I just wanted to check it is an all-round thing and that my bank's just not being a pain in my bottom.
You need to probably go and speak to someone in your bank and your branch, your local branch, and have a chat to them about, can I get an arrangement to clear it? Now, for example...
It's every month or every second month we'll get the same company check, depending on the amount of work that's been done for that company.
And what you'll find is it's all about your relationship you have with the bank. So if you bank with, and I'll use ABC Bank as an example. If you bank with ABC Bank and you've got facilities with them, you've got banking, insurances, all those type of things, they're going to be more sympathetic to clear your checks for you. But depending on the bank, 3 to 5 days. Some of the credit unions are 7 to 10.
And maybe with that you can approach the people and ask them to put them directly into your bank account.
Well, I asked last time we put a check in and they said, oh no, it's 3 to 5 days. And that was the attitude I got. So I'm like, okay.
No, but the people that are giving you the check, maybe to help your cash flow.
Oh no,
they don't want
to. Good luck getting the money out of them in their
so you get the check in
period.
one.
Sorry, was there someone else?
Yes, could you explain a little bit more about the mobile EFTPOS machine, all the requirements, how can we get, how much we are paying a month, or for how long we have to keep that machine, could you explain a little bit?
So with all of our mobile or any of our EFTPOS, there are contracts. So depending on how long your contract is for, would be how much your monthly fee would be. So for example, at the moment, Suncorp's got an offer if you've got a business account with us, we will give you 6 months free. However, you need to be in a contract for 3 or 4 years. Okay. Then depending on your industry is how much the actual percentage is when someone uses that EFTPOS. So, and I don't want to quote any figures for particular industries, but I'm more than happy to get a quote for you and to do up a quote. But depending on the industry would be depending on how much that we charge.
Roughly how much the bank is charging every month for us?
Yep. For the free, you get free 6 months on your and then it's either $15 or $18 a month for your actual machine.
If you've got a standard EFTPOS machine in your business, can you get a mobile one for short term, like if you're going to go and do a trade stall?
Yes, you can. We do offer them on a short-term basis as well. The fees are slightly higher that you're going to do, and it might be a case that you don't need the landline in your business. You might be happy just to change over to
if
mobile.
you've got a business, but you go and do a trade stand every now and again, you need the mobile.
That's right, because often wherever you're doing your trade stall, they don't have the lines or something available for you, but definitely, we can offer that as well. Is anyone else?
Quick question for myself.
Yeah.
If one of us student or myself, if we approach Suncorp for a business, what are the documents you're looking at to start a new business?
Okay, for lending?
That's correct.
Yeah. So you'd need to have, depending on security, Suncorp only does secured loans. Okay, so you'd need some security such as real estate security. Depending on your expertise in that area, whether or not you've been in the business or it's completely new to you. So for example, someone who's going into mobile carpet cleaning. If you've been a carpet cleaner previously, obviously you've got some experience in that industry, so we would look at that. But if you're just starting up something fresh, you'd need to have a business plan, you'd need to have some cash flow, and you'd need to have cash flow statements, and you'd need also to have some security.
When you say cash flow statement or security, what are we looking at? 10% of the borrowing amount or 5% of the borrowing amount?
For the
money that's going to borrow.
The security we'd need residential security.
We need residential.
Yeah. We'd only take residential.
100%.
Sorry?
Would that be 100% versus?
No, for business we're usually around that 65-70% that we'd lend. So if your house is worth 100, around 65,000 to 70,000 we'd lend up to for your business.
If we have to start a business worth $100, we have $65 security. We have to show $65 security to Suncorp.
Yes. Yeah.
Any other questions, guys? Any other questions? Yes, Lee? Anyone else?
I do.
Yeah.
You know how you were saying about the lending, if you had a house and they lend you 65. What about if you don't have a house and you want to do a lending? Then what do you
Depending on what you're purchasing. So if it was something like you're leasing a car, we'd obviously take the car. But if it's to buy a premises, we'd look at your premises, but you'd need to have a deposit. But if it's just to inject some cash flow, we wouldn't do that. So you'd need to look at a lender who will actually give you unsecured lending.
So for our students who have got no experience whatsoever in the business, what are your recommendations? What should they do?
Yep, they need to, and they don't have security. If they have security, we can look at it with a business plan. No? Then you need to start small and you need to start to get that experience. You need to get some financial figures behind you. So then you can go to a lender and say, look, I've been doing this now for 18 months. I know what I'm doing. My business is growing. I can afford to pay back a loan. Because that's, at the end of the day, that's what the risk is. That you're starting up a business and you need to make sure that you can afford that loan. Because the loan repayment keeps coming every month. Whether you actually got any jobs or any work on or not, you need to still make that loan repayment.
Would you be able to use the business as a collateral itself?
At Suncorp we don't. Some of the 4 majors may take it. I know of one major that will look at lending against the business. So if you're buying, so for example, a Brumbies or something like that, one of the lenders will look at using that franchise and the name.
I've spoken to one lender that does myself, so I just thought I'd ask you.
Yeah. At Suncorp we're a little bit more conservative when it comes to unsecured lending. We don't like doing it at all, and we certainly wouldn't just lend on just your business figures. But there are some other institutions that will.
What about if you're wanting to change banks? You don't need to lend any money. We're right. But the trolls and stuff like that. And just not being able to get on with our bank manager. Like we go in and ask her questions and she talks lingo that you don't understand.
And that's something you need to make sure that you say, no, can you stop and explain that to me? You need to be able to go in and go, wherever you decide to bank, you need to make sure that you can actually talk to someone and sit down and talk to someone.
That was like 5 years ago now.
Yep.
When we changed from then we pretty much had to do all of it.
Yep.
Westpac didn't really help us to know how to do it all.
Yep.
You guys helped along the way there to
We do.
make it easier transfer.
We do, and we actually sit down with you and go through our internet usage as well, so you know how to navigate our internet site. I don't know if anyone else has been onto a number of the different bank sites. They're all different, and they all. I even go on there each day and I use them all. I have to go and remember where things are to go into it. So definitely, you need to be able to go to a bank that you're comfortable with and you can sit down and talk to. So that's all. One of the recommendations I would say to everyone is, if you're looking for a bank, shop around for one, go in and make sure you can sit down and go through what you actually need. Definitely.
Because there's so many, as you can see, there's so many different services available to a business, but then every business is individual and different. So that's what you need to be able to sit down with someone and pick out what you need in your business, because you probably don't need everything, but there's certain features there. There'll be some people that like to write out checks, others that will only use internet banking. So that's where, if you have a good relationship with your bank, you can sit down and work it so that it suits you.
And you need to understand what you need in your bank.
Mostly we get paid and we pay out for our products via mostly internet and checks.
Yep. So you need to make sure that you're comfortable with the internet services that are provided by your bank.
Yeah, well, I don't think their cost goes that high.
Yeah. So, and that's what it's about. It's about going and sitting down and talking to someone in your bank and having that relationship that you can do that. Because as Jenny said, everything we have won't suit everyone, but you might, 2 or 3 things might suit you the best. Yep.
So who do you ladies bank with?
Suncorp.
Suncorp.
Have I passed?
Can we go?
Well, thank you. I hope you found... Oh, sorry.
Business credit cards.
Yes.
Let's assume you've got your business online, working.
Yep.
You're cashed up.
Yep.
7-figure income.
Yep.
Or 7-figure cashed up. You still have to wait 2 years before you can get a credit card.
18 months, as long as you've got bank statements. Yep.
No,
1 year.
So I can get an overseas credit card from London
Yep.
with no waiting at all.
Yep.
And my business runs on the internet personally, but we're looking at 7-figure income right now.
Yeah. We look at 12 months, full tax return, full financials, and we've recently done a few with then to the next 2 BAS statements, because we just need to confirm that's going to continue on. Definitely.